Let me share the screen now so that we can start now. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen now with sound, everything. Okay. So I think, please, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Very clear. That's fine. Okay. If that is the case, I hope you guys can see the software.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine then. I should have done some changes here. Okay, I'm coming. Uh, okay, I'm coming. All right. Okay, so then now resume. Okay, so we just want to look at how to, you know, how to create the what do you call slideshow and add sound effects to it, and then also animate it. So we just need to know how to create that. I think we did that in class. I showed you guys how to create slideshows with keyframing in Premiere Pro. So today we want to just continue with that and then learn how to add sound to it as well. Yeah, that is basically what we want to do today. So first and foremost, you need to make sure that you have already planned the live show, the slideshow, the element that you'll be using. When I talk about, hold on. The live show, the slideshow. Okay, so when I talk about the element that you'll be using, all what I'm trying to say is the pictures or videos that you'll be using in your slideshow. So I'm just going to show you how to do that. But then to achieve the slideshows that you want, you have to be creative. You have to know what actually you want to create. So you need to pre-plan, you need to plan it, and then you can just create your own slideshow. All right. So first and foremost, what we need to do here is to make sure that we create a background. Okay, we want to create a background. So to create a background, just come to the new item, you click on that, and then you come to, let's say, color matter here. You can also use image for that. Who is this? Let's say, okay, so let's create the background. I click on OK. I choose the color that I want. I can choose the color that I want. Yeah, so this is the color that I want. Better still, if you don't want to use or if you don't want to create a background, you can just go and pick a video on an image. Okay, so let's search for an image. I prefer to use an image for this. Do I have an image? Do I have an image? So, okay, so let me, which image am I going to use? Um, okay, so when I come here, I can get different images that I can use. Okay, so I'm going to bring in this image. I'm going to bring in this image and then I'll drop it on the timeline. So as usual, you just need to drop it on the timeline. Uh, um, just need to drop it. Oh, okay. So I have different settings. Let me yeah, change the okay up panel so that I think it can be very clear for everyone. It's going to be very clear for everyone. So I think it's the panels. I want to bring in all the panels so that this is not properly the panels are not really arranged very well. I want to, yeah. So it's just reset right now.
Io ma c'era ma già vedi.
Okay, so now that so I'm coming, let me bring in production. Okay. Uh, okay. So now I have my panels here. So let me see. Let me, okay. Now I can drag this on the timeline. I can drag this on the timeline and then, yeah, it's loaded. Okay, so I have it on the timeline this way. I have it on the timeline. Now, what I want to do here is that I want to create some blur on this particular image. Okay, I want to blur the image. So what I'm going to do is that I'll go to the effect. Okay, so you can, Sam is entering. You can just come to effect. I want to use it here, so I'll just go to effect and type in Gaussian blur. So I'm just going to type in Gaussian blur, and hey, why is my PC freezing this evening? I'll type in Gaussian blur. Okay, so I have Gaussian blur here. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it to the timeline, the image. So I'll drop it on the timeline. Then after dropping quickly, I have to go to effect control. Now, when I go to effect control panels, what I'm going to do is that I'll quickly move on to the effect section, so which is Gaussian blur. Then I come to the blur aspect. So I'm going to increase it to about, let's say 20%. I'm going to increase it about 20%. So I have this one. Okay, I think I want it more. I want more blur. Okay, so now if you look at the image, you could see that the image is not has not covered all the entire screen. So I make sure that I increase it a little bit. When I come to the position video aspect, I come to scale and then 105. Let me choose 105. Good. Now this is okay. So what I have to do now is to start creating my slideshow. Now, what we need to do is that I want to create my first shape. I want to create my first shape. It is very important. So what I'm going to do now that I have already blurred this, you can extend it to whatever minute that you want and all that and all that. So I'll come to the pen tool. Okay. So what I'm going to do is that I'll just click on it and select. I'll just click on it, left click and select the rectangle tool. I'll click on it this way. Now, the reason why we are creating the shape, I'm using the shape. I want to use the pen tool to create a shape is that it's going to be like a border. Okay, it's going to be like a border around the image. Okay, it's going to be a border around the image. There are so many ways to also do that, but I want to show you guys this way. So what I'm going to do is to create the shape this way. I'm going to please mute yourself. Mute yourself, please. Mute yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this one, this particular shape created. Now after, I want to change the color of the shape because I want it to be white. Okay, I want it to be white, so I'm going to change the color of the shape. So what I need to do right here is I will go to graphics. Okay, so I'll go to graphics. I'll go to graphics. Now when I go to graphics, I'll be able to change the color of the shape. So now under graphics, essential graphics, I'll click on edit. And then when I come to edit, and then we can see the appearance, which is the fill. And then we can just double click on it and come and choose white. Click on OK. And then we have our white. All right. So this is very simple to achieve. Very, very simple to achieve it. Now, what I'm going to do now is to think about how you want the slideshow to work, okay? But then before that, we need to bring the image. So let's do it step by step, okay? Let's do it step by step. So right now, I'm going to bring in the image, that we want it to be in this particular shape. So now we have the background. Let's change the shape color. We right click and come to label. We come to purple or mango, and then we have it here. Now what we are going to do is that we go to our project folder, go and look for an image. So for it to be very simple, I would just want you guys to understand the method. So I'm going to use the image that is here. I'm going to use the background here. So I'll just click on it and drag it on top of the the shape. Now you could see that the image has covered the shape, okay? So we need to reduce the size of it. So now what we want to do right here is that we come to scale at the effect control, and then we just scale it down. We make sure that we position it very well. So we are going to position it. Please, when you join Zoom, please try your best to mute yourself. Try your best to mute yourself so that you don't disturb or distract us. So now what I'm going to do is I'm trying to fix the shape, the image in the shape. Okay, now you realize that the shape is a little bit longer than the shape, the left and right side. So we need to do some adjustments to it. And then how can we do this adjustment? Now, what we need to do from here is that we come to the shape. Okay, we come to the shape like this. We come and click on it at the essential graphics, and then we see some selection around the shape. Now we can just use our mouse to reduce it and make sure that we fix this perfectly. I think I'm okay with this. And then I have this particular shape being corrected. So you can see it this way, which is very beautiful and also nice. Okay, so now we have this as our first slideshow. We've just created the shape and the image. That is it. A minute, seconds. Okay, so now what we need to do is we have something that we call group or nest. So I need to make sure that the shape and the image are being nested together. Now, the reason why we need to nest this is because it will help us especially when we want to animate the the image and the shape together. The moment we try to animate only the image and then come back to animate the shape, we may do a mistake, and we want to avoid that as well. Okay, but then if you look at this particular slideshow, we could see that it is flat. Okay, so I want to add some creativity. I want to add some kind of shadow to the slide shape specifically. So what I need to do is that I'll still go to Effect Control, and then what I'm going to do from here is that I'm going to search for what we call Gaussian blur, and then I'm going to drop it on the shape. Now look at it. This is the shape, the one that I have highlighted. It is our shape, so I'm going to drag it on it. Oh, sorry, please, sorry. What I need to look for is shadow. Okay, so I'm going to type shadow, and then I'm going to look for the perspective, and then focus on the drop shadow. So I'm going to pick drop shadow and just drop it on it like this. Now we are not going to see anything yet because we need to do some adjustment to the drop shadow. Now we have the drop shadow at the effect control. So what we need to do right here is just to look at the direction, the distance, the softness, and all that. But then let us make the slideshow visible before we can do some adjustment with regards to the opacity, the direction, the softness, shadow only, and all that. Okay, so let's try to increase the distance of the shape, the shadow. Now you can see the shadow. We are having this kind of shadow. We have it from this side. We have it from this side. Please, a minute. Let me share something to someone. Hey, please, that you'll be using. A minute. I want to share a link to someone. Let's go to. Okay. Yeah, today. Okay. All right. Bring it here. And then live. Okay. Hey, please, I'm coming on. I'm coming on to. Hey, are we live? Okay. Second. Okay, let me pick it from here. Awesome. Okay, guys, so let's proceed with what we are talking about here. So now we need to make adjustments to the shadow Let's make adjustment to the shadow. Now we can as well see the shadow here after we change the distance of the shadow, after we change the distance of the shadow. All right, so what we need to do from this side is now to make sure that we direct the shadow. Okay, now if you look at the distance, the direction of the shadow from the effect control panel is 135 degrees. So what we need to do is let's try to change it and see the best so that we can achieve. Okay, so I think I'm trying to love what I'm seeing from here. Good. Now we could see that 180 degree, we have achieved the 180 degree. We can see it down here, but then we need to soften it so that we can create that kind of shadow. So we increase the softness from this side. And yes, we have this beautifully. So we can as well look at, let's see. Great. Now we can see the shadow. The shape is gone. Let's bring it back again. Now we can see it from this side. So we can just increase the shadow a little bit to make it more good, creative. Now, this is very solid now. So now we have our shape and image together. So you can at least, you may think that this particular image is being stroked, okay? But then it is on a shape, and that shape is creating what we call the border. That shape is actually creating what we call the border. Now, what we need to do is that because we want to add effect to this particular shape, we need to nest them together. We need to nest them together so that it will not distract our effects. We need to nest them together, and that is basically what we are going to do from this side. We need to nest it, and that is what we are going to do. So now what we need to do is let's highlight on the shape and the image together, and then we right click. Okay, then we come to nest. Now we click on nest. We can name it as our first shape. Let's name it as our first shape. Okay, our first shape, and then we click on okay. Now we have it all together. Now we can leave the color or the label just as it is. Now we can try to move what we have created or what we have designed on the interface. So you can see when I try to move it, I can try to position it anyhow I want. Better still, we can come to graphics as well. Now, when we come to graphics, we can do some adjustment to whatever we have done. We click on this. Okay, so I think because we have nested it, we're not going to see that. So what we need to do is to make sure that we have, now when we move it, they all move together. You can see the shape. So we can also as well. So my advice to you is that whenever you are creating search, make sure that you position everything, what do you call it, in the center before you begin whatever you want to do. Okay, so now what I'm going to do from this side is that even this, I think I made a mistake from here because I want to maintain the same size of the what do you call it, of what I have designed. I want to maintain the same size. So what I'm going to do from here is that I'm going to go back. So I'll just do undo. I want to, okay, but I can still do that. Okay, so let me undo it. Okay, so now I have this here. So what I'm going to do is that because I want to make sure that I have the same size of the image, the same size of the shape, I make sure that I will cut this. I'm not going to duplicate. So I'll just cut it into two. And then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to nest the first one. Okay, I'll highlight it. I'm going to make sure that you don't nest the shape together. So this is first shape. All right, I'm going to do that. Now I have the second one like this also. So what I'm going to do is that now I can basically work on this from my end. So I can just go up a little bit, then straight to the center. Yes, I have this. Then don't forget that we also have this available. Now, what we need to do is that we can fix in any shape that we want. We can just come and put a shape and just do some adjustment to it, and then we are good to go. All right. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring a new shape from, so I'm going to bring in this particular shape from this side. Now, this particular shape, what I'm going to do is that I drag this shape onto the timeline for the second one, and then I'll resize it like this. Okay, I'll resize it. Good. Now, what I'm going to do is that I'll delete the first one, or better still, I want to get the same size. So I'll come to Effect Control, and then as you can see, the size is 52. So I'm going to click on this and just change the size to 52. And hey, I'm good to go. You understand? Good. Now, what I need to do is that I need to check the position as well. So 675. So what I'm going to do is 675, 675. I'm going to input that. Great. Then I'm going to look at this, which is 647. So I'll do the same thing, 647. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. It is at this, and then boom, good. I'm good to go. So you can see that I'm going to delete this one. And then what I need to do from here is that I bring it closer, and then again, let's see. Again, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to click and divide this into what? Into two. Now, what I'm going to do from here is to move this a little bit back, and then I have this one here. Now, what I need to do is also put it in the center, but I need to nest them. You repeat the same procedure, and this is going to be our second word, second shape. And then what I'm going to do is I click on this and look at where the position is. 1290408, 1290408. So this is 1290, then 408, and good to go. It's in the center. Now I have my two shape that I've created. So what I want to do from here is that I want to make sure that this particular shape, they are in the same, on the same together. I want to put it on top of it. Okay. Now make sure that before you do any shape, make sure that you have already looked at the length of the shape and also the image. Okay. Okay, so now what we need to do from here is that now we need to animate it. Okay, so I'm going to animate it based on my sound. Okay, I'm going to animate this based on the sound. So this is what I'm doing for you guys. Then you can also practice. Okay, now let me come to my project folder and go to this side, and then I'll look for my sound. My internet is, your internet is not, is unstable. So let me come to my sound best, and then I have a whole lot of sound here. Most effect, I have it here. So I'm going to pick up Pew. I want this one to use, and okay, so it will display very soon. All right. All right, so I have this particular sound here. Now what I'm going to do is that I'll make sure that I'll double click on it and see whether it will display at the source monitor. So let's try to play and see. Good, so this is the sound I want. So I'm going to send it around this side, and then I'll just mark. All right, then I'm going to send it to, let's see, on the Effect. Good, this is what I want. Okay. So I want specifically this area, and then I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to drag it at the sound. Then from there, what I'm going to do, this is the sound, but we want to animate it together with the shape. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag this shape out of the frame, and then it's left with this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I am going to effect control and make sure that I pull this particular out of the screen. I pull this particular out of the screen. All right, so let me put it out of the screen. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create my first keyframe. All right, so this is my first keyframe that I'm going to create. I move it, the slider a little bit from here, and then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring it back to the screen. All right, I'm going to bring it back to the screen. I'm going to bring it back, make sure that it's okay before I leave it. I'm going to bring it back to the screen like this. Okay, so I have it here. Now, what I need to do is to play and see. Okay, so you can see it. Okay, so this is a little bit faster. Let's open it up. Good, I think I'm loving this. Okay, so I think let's bring it here to this side and see something. Let's drag it. Oh, this is too slow. Okay, so let's bring it here and then play. Okay, so let's see. Once again. Okay, so let's try to bring this one here and see. Okay. Okay, so this is best. If you want it to be faster, you can just send it back. Good, I think this is okay. So I'm going to click on this, as you already know. Then I'll ease in, and this is going to be ease out. Very simple. Let's click on it. Good. So please, this is very simple. Now, what I'm going to do is that I should have, so what I'm going to do, let's try to click on, we can double click and open it and expand this. Let's expand it more. Let's expand it more. And then now we can just close it again. And then let's see whether it's going to affect this. Okay, so okay, so we have this here, and then we also have, we're going to position this shape here as well, and then we bring it this particular shape as well. Then what we are going to do is that we are going to move this particular shape to this side. To this side, we are going to move it to this side so that we can animate it as well. We are going to move it to this side a little bit. Good. So what we are going to do is that let's do it this way. And then we're going to click on this one, the position, and then we just bring it here. And then what we do is that just bring it here a little bit. Yeah, a little bit of this, like this. Yes. Then we are going to what? We are going to bring it back to the center. We are going to bring it back to the center. And then what we are going to do is that we need to duplicate the sound. We can click on Alt and then we just bring it here. So let's try to see how it play together. Let's try to see how it play together. Okay. So please, are you seeing it? I hope you guys can hear the sound.
Yes, we can hear.
Oh, okay. That's fine. All right, so now what we need to do is that you can see. So you see, I'm just letting you know how to use the keyframing. Okay, so with this, we can click on it again to play it. Oh, what is this? Let's play. Good. So as it come like this, okay, as it come like this, we could bring this one here. We could just bring this, try to move it back again. We just try to move it back again. So here we come to add keyframe from here, and then this one is going to be very, very faster, right? Then what we are going to do is that we are going to move it back again. Now, let's try to play this and see how it's going to work for us. Now, please watch something. Please, have you seen it? Very simple. You see? So the seconds is very, very short. That is why it's out of the screen just like that. So next time when you are doing it, just try to expand it before you nest it so you can see. So you can see. So this is very, very simple. Any question? Simple. Any question? Any question?
No question.
All right, so then if there's no question, this is very simple. You can rewatch the video and then you can be able to, what do you call it, to do it. So now the next one that I want to show you guys is to see how you can add, put text on a shape. Put text on a shape. Okay, so what we are going to do is that I'm going to delete all this. I'm not going to delete the background. Well, if you want, you can delete it. It's not a problem. You can delete it if you want it. So I'm just deleting the sound and everything from here. And what I need to do from here is to create a shape. So we can create a shape. So right now I'm showing you guys how to create lower text. Now, sometimes when you are watching movie, you see some kind of crawler moving on and all that and all that and all that. So what we are going to do is for us to create our shape. With this too, we have to create a shape depending on how you want it. If you are share interview, I'll be say we have so many ways of creating that. Now you draw your first shape. This is your shape. Okay, you can draw your shape beautiful like this. Okay, beautiful like this. Or you make it very longer like this, very longer like this. Okay, you make it longer like this, and then you just try to make sure that it covers the screen. Cover the screen like this. Great. Now we want to create our text. Okay, we have different ways of doing that. I'm going to show you this with keyframe. I'm going to show you this with keyframe. The next one, maybe when we meet in class, I'll show you the other one. So what we need to do is that we just pick our type tool and then we start typing. All right. So okay, task first. Let's wait. All right. So what should I even test simple? What should I type? Let me type p p p p p p p p p p p. I mean, but p p. I don't know what to type. Right. So after okay, and then I'm a All right, so after I can highlight on it, and then I have it at the essential graphics. So now what we need to do is that we need to change the color because the shape is white. So I want to use this color like the blue, the sea blue, this color. Then what I need to do is that I just move this here. I just move it like this. You can resize it, okay? So you can just resize it like this. Which I think I've taught you guys this things. So we can just resize it. And then what we need to do is that we move it out of the screen. We move it out of the screen. We move it out of the screen like this. Okay. Now, so now we need to create our first keyframe, which is the position. Okay, so you can create this one, and then you can just open it up. And then what you need to do is to move it. Where is it? I can't even find it too. Asemo. I'm coming. Destiny so P. All right, let's do it this way. A machine in a physio. All right, so what we're going to do is that let's use the second method. So let's come to file. Let's come to file. Hey, who's that? Yes,
Why
Rewo.
you know?
Yeah, some. So what we're going to do is that we come to file, and then we come to new, and then we come to legacy title. Let's come to legacy title. Let's come to legacy title. Legacy title. Click on OK. And then let's click on OK, and it will be open for us. Machine freeze. Oh God. Let's wait for some few minutes. Yeah, they're not. At least because of the internet or some. Oh God. Wow. Wow. Let me pause this and see something. I don't know why this thing is doing that. Okay. So, Zoom so Ajenoho. All right, so this is our legacy title. Have you guys seen it? Okay, it's being paused. Hmm. Things are not working. Things are not working. Things are not working. Oh. Yeah, some more.
Waiting they happen for you, the life na you jaya na.
Relax. I'm sending internet, and bueno, so hold on. Whatever access here, right?
So we yes and then right there. Now grow one. And then you go for. Now what kind of prayer? Then of prayer. Hey, idea for